Good morning, children. Today, for 9th standard children, I'll start a lesson, English lesson. The first one, the best advice I ever had. Right, children? So, children, before that, I'll just say a few quotations. Okay, starting with before your lesson, I'll read a few quotations. Just listen that. First one, education was not merely a means for earning a living or an instrument for the acquisition of wealth. It was an initiation into the life of spirit, a training of the human soul in the pursuit of truth and practice of virtue. So, how important education? What is education? Very exact meaning of that she has given here. Second one, the more we sweat, less we bleed. How should be our work? Explained in this. Next, freedom is not for the timid. Everyone can take this freedom. Next, one can argue that in the context of history, a few years do not matter, but we live in an age in which every moment counts heavily and price of delay is human lives. So, in the context of history, what importance of human lives? Then, to me, India is a land of beauty and generosity, of traditional hospitality and the acceptance of acceptance of many culture. So, she has found it is a land of beauty. It has got a generosity, a traditional hospitality in our country. She is none other than Mistress Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Children, she was an Indian diplomat, a politician. Moreover, she was the sister of India's first Prime Minister, Sri Jawaharlal Nehru. Very active. She was very active in the Indian freedom movement and held high national and international positions. She was greatly influenced by the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi and joined the freedom struggle. Yes. So how she might have been influenced by philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi? Let us see his quotations. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. See, the forgiveness, it is the art of the humans. ART, it is the art of humans. Another quotation, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. How we should interact with the people, how we should involve in the society. So this quotation says this: a good man is a friend of living things. See what beautiful quotations. Because of that only she might have been influenced by the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Right? And as she was participated in the freedom movement, naturally she was imprisoned by British thrice. And after her husband's death in 1944, she travelled to the USA from late 1944 to early 1946 on lecturer tour, 3 years. She entered Indian diplomatic service after Indian independence and went to Soviet Union as India's ambassador. She went to Soviet Union, she went to United States, Mexico, Ireland. For all these countries she went as an Indian ambassador. She was an Indian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom and Spain. Then she became the first woman president in 1953. She became the first Indian president of the UN General Assembly. Then even President Venkataraman, how he has described her. She has a luminous strand in the tapestry of India's freedom struggle. Her participation, the achievement, the involvement, it was so well. Distinctive in her elegance, courage and dedication. Courage is very important. Moreover to that, dedication. The complete soul and whole should be involved. That is called dedication there. Mrs. Pandit, she was an asset to the national movement. And she passed away on 1st December 1990. Right. Yes, children? Okay. Before starting the lesson, in your first page, page number 1, are 6 pictures of a great women given, a great personalities given. Can you please identify? And below, they have given the description of this great personalities, and next to that a space given to fill the name. The first woman president of UN General Assembly. Can you identify that? Children, in the second picture. In the second picture. She is none other than Mistress Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Yes, children. Then, the first woman judge of the Supreme Court of India. Picture number 4, children. Fatima Bibi. Picture number 4. Then, the first woman IPS officer of India. The last picture in your textbook, children. Right? That is the 6th one. The first woman IPS officer of India. Next, the first woman president of India. Picture number 5, children. Pratibha Patil. Mistress Pratibha Patil. Then, the first woman Prime Minister of India. Mistress Indira Gandhi. Third picture. Then, the first woman governor in India. Mistress Sarojini Naidu. The first picture. Yes? Okay. So, let us start our lesson. So, before starting our lesson, as I said, she was very much impressed by Mahatma Gandhi ji. Right? He was a guide. He was a good advisor for her. And also godfather for her. So let us see what sort of advice and guidance she got in her life. How she might have found that advice. How she has accepted that advice. Everything in this. Sometimes we too, when somebody gives an advice, usually at that immediate situations, we'll never take that one. We just discarded that. But sometimes it helps us when we are really taken that. It gives a lot of best solutions to solve our problems. Many times even for us, we have come across this type of examples. Even Sarojini Naidu also got such an advice which she cannot forget in her life. Such an advice. So what is that advice? Let us see in this chapter. Children, before that, I'll read 1, 2, 3 few paras of that. Then and there only I'll give the explanation of that. So after the lesson, we'll underline the hard words and we'll take the meaning of that. Right, children? Okay. Now shall we start? Page number 2. First paragraph of the lesson. Right? The best advice I ever had came from one of the greatest souls the world has ever known, Mahatma Gandhi. On a sunny afternoon a decade ago. Most people pass through a period of anguish when their belief in humanity is at a low ebb. It was in such a period my husband had recently died. My deep sorrow over his loss was followed by the humiliating realization that in the eyes of Indian law, I had no individual existence. Along with other Indian women, I had participated for years with men in the national struggle for freedom, working and suffering side by side with them until it had finally been achieved. Yet in law, we women were still recognized only through our relationship to men.